Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm once again we are once again looking at the State Wars. We haven't for a bit. Obviously last Thursday, instead of this episode being published, I instead published the reason why I didn't post on Sunday. And yeah, I just didn't post on that Sunday, made a video about why I didn't post on that on Thursday, and in that video it goes over that I can't film Minecraft, which is what I used to use on there. I do have new ideas for what Sunday is going to be now. I actually already filmed the Sunday video before this one, so a little weird, but I just wanted to get it out of the way, and I just really wanted to do it. But today we are once again looking at this USA map. So, quick recap of what happened last time. So last time was episode 3. Texas versus Oklahoma happened. Washington split into east and west. Then Oregon took over west. No, Oregon took over east. West decided to join, and then after the war, they created the Cascadian Union. Then the Nevadan Civil War, where Nevadan government officials declared war on a bunch of rebels around the Las Vegas area. But instead, California and Utah decided to join on the side of Las Vegas to get land in Nevada, and now this is now an alliance. And the last thing that happened last time was New Mexico getting capitulated. So now this is the map. We're going to go over the alliances that are, alive. The Yellow Alliance, which is the Southern Alliance, headquartered in Atlanta. The following states are in this union: Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Tennessee, South Carolina, and New Orleans. I don't know why I keep messing up the pronunciation of it. Another alliance is up here, the Rocky Alliance, situated in Boise. The following states are a part of this alliance: Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, and Kansas. Then up here, there's another union between Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. There's another alliance here, situated in Columbus, with Ohio, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. And then finally, the last alliance is over here, and it's in California with Utah and Las Vegas. And now to add to this alliance map is Texas and Arizona. They have made an alliance. It's a normal alliance, not just economic, not just militarist. It's both, same as every other alliance. And yeah, so this is now an alliance between Arizona and Texas. So now if we go back, we can start with the wars. So, the first war to happen, actually, the first thing is not a war. It's Texas, demanding lands. So Texas, wants lands over here and over here. So they want this chunk of land to leave these parts of Colorado. Colorado accepts because they don't want to fight a massive war with here, let me fix the border. They accept because, they don't want to fight a massive war with Colorado. So they do accept, and this becomes Texas. So let's just erase it. I gotta get a better erasing tool. And there we go. Now Colorado is only this part, and this part, obviously, if you're wondering, Denver and Colorado Springs, and probably other cities around here, are in fact now in Texas. So then Colorado lost its capital, so the new capital is in fact in Grand Junction, which is about here. So basically what happens now is Colorado is now split. They eventually go through independence. Between both of them, this is Maine, Colorado. This is their little exclave. So they both get their independent separation from each other. And this part of Colorado, this, previous northeastern part of Colorado, decides to join Nebraska, as it really can't go by itself, and, because it probably doesn't have any major cities in it. While this part is staying independent, Utah isn't getting it, Wyoming isn't getting it, no one else is getting it, it's just staying as Colorado. Next thing to happen is Texas demanding more lands. This time they're demanding about half of Kansas, almost half of Kansas, and they do accept because, again, they do not want to fight a war with Texas, even though Kansas is a part of this massive alliance. All the countries that are in the alliance really form the alliance to help each other, not to battle wars with each other. So there we go. Kansas is now this part. Kansas is not going to be joining anyone because it really didn't lose many cities. Wichita is still in here. Kansas City is still in here. Kansas version of Kansas City is still there. And yeah. So now we're actually going to get in the fun, which is wars. And it involves Colorado. New Colorado. So this Utah and Colorado is basically where it starts. Utah sees Colorado being very weak, offers to join them. They say no. They say, "Are you sure?" Because of Texas and Arizona, and you're all surrounded by powers, and they say no. They keep asking. Eventually, they make Colorado mad. Some gunfire goes off between the border, and that involves Utah declaring war on Colorado. Which, since Utah declared war on this little piece of Colorado, that does lead the rest of the alliance to join on Utah's side. But, looks like World War I, as Colorado is being backed by Texas and Arizona, since Texas hates California. Another thing that happened is Cascadian Union joins on the blue team. This is because this alliance and the Cascadian Union have been talking, because the Cascadian Union does not like California, and they just joined to oppose them. This alliance is not going to get into anything because, they already see the outcome, blue winning. But this is now the war. No other countries are going to be joining. So yeah, let's start with the war. First thing to happen is, in fact, let's make it one bigger. That is small, huh? That's better. Is, in fact, Utah pushing into Colorado, swiftly taking the capital in 3 weeks. Utah now is being informed that Arizona, Texas, and Cascadia have joined the war, so Utah also starts invading Arizona and Texas as they swiftly mobilize. Texas first sends its couple troops over to Colorado to get Grand Junction back, and eventually they are pushed back to basically where the border begins, maybe in Utah territory. Arizona's finished mobilizing, and they have a battle with Utah. Las Vegas is finished mobilizing. So they push in. Same with California is done mobilizing. So they push in through here, and they start a push into Cascadia. With support from some Texan and Arizonan troops, this becomes a stalemate here in Cascadia. Over here in Colorado, the blue team keeps winning as California doesn't have any troops over here. It's only Utah and some Las Vegas. Speaking of Las Vegas keeps pushing in here, keeps eliminating all of the Arizonan troops that are fighting Utah. Then they start a push back to about the Las Vegas-Arizonan border. California keeps going with very easy wars as Texas isn't over here. Again, Texas troops are over here and over here, but not over here yet. Even though Texas is in the middle of sending troops over to this front, because they are, in fact, slowly and surely approaching the capital of Arizona, Phoenix, which is there. Austin, I'm going to say, is here. Salt Lake City, about here. Olympia. I'm just highlighting all of the capitals, and there we go. Oh, and Grand Junction, which is in Colorado. So this is basically the war. We have California and Texan troops up here. Basically a stalemate still. And Texan troops finally get over here, even though California is winning a lot. They start a swift push down to capture major cities such as Tucson, I don't know. They win down here a lot as Tucson or Tucson, I don't know. I think it's Tucson. Tucson is over here. They swiftly go up and capture Tucson. But Texan troops arrive and start a push back. Here it's very fast. Texas is more powerful than California at the moment because Texas was smart to take over populated areas instead of just getting more land. California got more land out of Nevada, but Texas has gotten a lot of land out of Louisiana, New Mexico, Colorado, Kansas. They've gotten a lot of land. So, and all that land has a lot of people, especially Denver. And so basically the Texan and Arizonan troops all outnumber the Californian troops, and they are eventually pushed back to the border. Up here in Utah, the war keeps going on. Grand Junction is now back in Colorado. Actually, I think Grand Junction is more over here, but I don't know since I don't have the border up. They keep going and eventually are about to make it to Salt Lake City. They tried to sneak around here, and they eventually do, capturing lands up here. And basically their goal is to make communications between the Cascadian stalemate still and over here, so the blue team can start winning again. And that's exactly what they try to do. Utah is still unaware of this. California knows, but they don't send up any troops up here because they don't think they'll make it up here since there's a lot of troops over here. But they eventually do and connect the pieces, and, well, the red team is probably going to die, as you guys see. So the stalemate is broken as the blue team starts swiftly going more south to the Californian border. Over here, more and more Utahian land is gone, and there's a massive push towards Salt Lake City, and they're at the border of Salt Lake City, and eventually the city is captured, and that in fact leads to Utah's surrender, which hopefully this will work. Yes. So Utah surrenders. Now there's only 2 red teams left. So basically, all the troops over here are now fighting here, along here. Well, basically all along California. And the blue team keeps pushing in. Their next goal is to capture Las Vegas. Then Las Vegas will fall. And basically California will probably fall. They make a front over here, and they try to push into Las Vegas, and they do. They end up going into Las Vegas, and this is the bloodiest battle of the war, the Battle of Las Vegas, and eventually, as everyone knows, the blue team captures Las Vegas, which leads Las Vegas to surrender. So now, California's done. All this land gets gone, is captured. If I know how to swiftly clean it up. Basically, now their only accomplishment, or their only goal left on the blue team is to swiftly get Sacramento, and maybe California will surrender. So they do a massive push. All the troops leave over here to go battle over here because this is the main accomplishment. California sees us and just leaves this as it is and sends all their troops up here. It is a stalemate for a little bit, but eventually the blue team breaks through as there is a bunch of drafts over here in Northern California that is already taken. They swiftly go down, capture major cities like Oakland, San Jose, and San Francisco. They go around capturing the San Francisco Bay Area. Well, they capture the entire Bay Area. And eventually start a push towards Sacramento, the Battle of Sacramento. And it is lost to the blue team. And now California surrenders. This was a very long war, but here we go, right here. This was a very long war, but eventually there is a winner, and that winner is in fact the blue team. So now we are going to make up the borders. So Colorado, since they did play a massive role in the war, they get, no, I don't like that. They get all of this land. So let's go ahead and give them it. So now with this, the capital is now moved from Grand Junction to Salt Lake City, since Salt Lake City is now in Colorado. Now what happens is Arizona gets the entire of Las Vegas, and get a bit of land over here. They get a little bit. Only a little bit, since this is as far as some Arizonan troops went. And now California. First thing to happen is obviously the Cascadian Union is going to get a ton of land, as they helped out a lot in this war. So they're going to get all of this part of Northern California. And then finally Arizona, which gets all of this, including San Diego. They do not get Los Angeles, which is over here, but they do get the very big city of San Diego. And that is it for the war. And that is actually it for this video, guys. So this is the war outcome. The borders look very weird. Remember, this is Colorado, this is Utah, this is California, this is Cascadia, this is Arizona, and this is Texas. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next video, which will be